Did I dye my hair black and straighten it just for this video? Yes. Will it be curly with a pink patch the next time you see me? Probably. But I just also feel like that's none of your business. Welcome back. How are we feeling after 2 days straight of sanding? How are we feeling? Because personally, I'm tired. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm tired, and I just decided, you know what? We're not gonna do that today. I just don't think we should give you another video of sanding. You get it. I haven't done my hair like this in so long, and I feel fabulous. Let me stop. Because then you're gonna think I'm flirting with you. I am feeling all types of off flow lately. I am feeling frustrated and irritated and aggravated. Very much so. Very much so. And I'm just up here a lot. I'm just up here a lot, and because I'm frustrated, irritated, and I'm up here a lot and I'm thinking about all the things that make me upset and frustrated and irritated, it's literally showing me everything. Like, my reality is also frustrating, irritating, and annoying. To no fault but my own. To no fault but my own. And I honestly feel like I am trying to break out of it, and I know that all I have to do is just decide. I know I have to just be like, actually, I don't feel like that anymore. So stop, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sasha, stop claiming to feel frustrated, irritated, and angry. Stop claiming that. When I'm journaling and I'm talking about my feelings, it literally goes like this. I'll be like, I'm feeling so X, Y, and Z right now. And I feel like it's because of X, Y, and Z. Literally something will come over me, and then I'll just be like, well, actually, and it's like I'm speaking prophetically through my higher self. So I think I'm maybe having a little bit too much resistance with my feelings. You know, like, I think that these feelings are very uncomfortable for me because I don't want to feel this way, because I don't want it to project in my reality, and because I don't want to react to things out of the way that I am feeling, because then it's like a cause and effect, and it's a cycle of, And I think that I am trying really hard to not feel frustrated, irritated, etc., etc. And I am trying really hard to figure out why, and I'm trying really hard to stop. But I think that I just need to sit in my feelings, sit in the uncomfortability of my feelings. Come to just be like, you know what? This is how I'm feeling right now. Like, this is what I'm in right now. And it doesn't mean it's forever. It just means that this is what I'm in right now. And maybe because this is what I'm in right now, I need to be a little bit more graceful, and I need to be a little bit more considerate and kind to myself. And maybe I need to be alone, and maybe I need to isolate myself, and maybe I just need to take care of me, because maybe the reason why I'm feeling this way is because I haven't been taking care of myself, because I have been going ham, and I have been absolutely smashing this goal that I set for myself. But with that expended energy comes this drained feeling, and and I think that's what I'm feeling right now. I am almost hyper fixated on one piece particularly in my life, and that might just be because it is a constant in my life. Like, I don't really feel the way that I feel, but because energetically I'm in this uncomfortable space, I am just reacting to everything from that uncomfortable space, and it is making everything else reflect back to me from that uncomfortable space. Does that make any sense? What is it, the braids? Aren't you feeling you won't work with me no more? Okay. I heard that song for the first time in the gym like 3 days ago. I love that sometimes I miss out on things when they first come out because I feel like when I finally get to watch, listen, experience these things that are really popular, I feel like I'm just in a better place to receive them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, watching Interstellar for the first time. First of all, I've watched that movie. I need to watch it again, but I also need it on DVD. I have a DVD collection of all my favorite DVDs, like all my favorite movies. Not all of them, but like from the early 2000s and stuff, you know? There's something about me where like if I like something, I need to have it in a way that nobody can take it from me. You know what I mean? Like, and I need it to be like I need to be in it. I need it on DVD because I need to be able to watch it again. But this is also the thing. If I watch something, where am I even talking about? Where are we going with this? I don't know. But let's just keep going. Let's just stop. See, let's stop fighting the flow and just allow things to happen. And just, so when I watched Interstellar for the first time, I cried because it was so beautiful. But I also feel like I was in a space where I understood what was happening. Like if I would have watched Interstellar 7 years ago, I would have been like, huh? You know? But now, because I understand timelines, quantum realities, you know what I'm saying? Different realities, like different timelines existing at once and all that type of stuff. Now that I understand that, that movie just genuinely felt, oh. And you want to know another one? Let me tell you another one. The OA, listen to me. I'm going to hold your face when I tell you this. The OA on Netflix. That show. To think it was canceled, it really did something to me, man. But the OA on Netflix, so fire. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you are spiritual and if you are into quantum leaping, quantum jumping, that type of thing, girl, you need to watch that. It was like my dream to be an actress. It was like my dreams being an actress. And even now, I love watching people. I love watching actors and actresses act. Like, I love it. And I love to see the like micro emotions that they do with their face and the way that they act, like with their hands and their body language. I love watching that stuff. And I love to learn about it because it's like, you don't really understand what it takes to act and literally pretend to a point where the viewers believe whatever it is that are happening, and to the point where like you're like evoking emotion to somebody on the other side of the screen. You have no idea. All right, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I've decided that I'm gonna read you the last chapter of Outsmarting Reality by Narrow Knowledge. Because I feel like I probably need to hear this right now. This last chapter is called What to Do When Reality Goes Wrong. Pay attention, class, because I'm about to drop some serious knowledge on you. Adversity is guaranteed in reality. There will be times when, despite all of your efforts, reality feels heavy, like everything is going wrong and the world is against you. There will be times when it feels like nothing that you are doing is working. There will be times you question your ability to change your reality. Adversity is inescapable, but that does not make it the be-all and end-all. How you deal with the frequent lows of reality is true alchemy. How you respond to reality going wrong determines whether you reinforce your old reality or solidify the new one. In moments of adversity, we often unconsciously slip back into the old frequency, unknowingly reinforcing the very reality we're trying to leave behind. There are 4 ways to deal with adversity. Keeping them in your arsenal will prevent the destruction of the frequency of your desired reality. Number 1, give yourself grace. You have been asleep for much longer than you've been awake, and you've spent more time in the frequency of your old world being asleep than you have been awakened. This means that the strength of the old frequency is more solidified and momentarily stronger than the new frequency into which you're currently trying to shift. It's likely that you've spent more years of your life without this knowledge than with it, and remembering this is the path to giving yourself grace. Giving yourself grace. Mistakenly, As you begin to expand your consciousness and become aware of the mechanics of the universe, it can lead to the old frequency setting a trap. And that is to set you up with the desire to strive for perfection and excellence all of the time. It does this because it knows you can't achieve this, so eventually, when you fail, you'll descend into the very same emotion it feeds on. How do you feel when things are going wrong? Hopeless? Frustrated? Irritated? Confused? Apathetic? That's crazy. These are the very emotions feeding your old frequency. They are its fuel source, keeping it alive and active. The moment you descend into the negative emotions that it desires, you no longer see clearly. Without a proper perspective, you'll feel guilty at every stumble, negatively altering the frequency you emit. This is literally what I'm going through right now. The old frequency wants to make you feel like you've let yourself down. You feel like you've let yourself down, your desired reality, and that all your hard work is ruined. Your progression towards your desired reality can never be lost. The only loss is the belief of your desired reality already existing. Only loss is in the belief of your desired reality. People often spiral when they slip, thinking they've gone back to square one, but the truth is, you only return to square one if you decide you're back there. It's not the slip that resets you, it's the meaning you give it. Oh, damn. It's a scam. Before Ponzi, there were entities. You fail, you feel guilty, and then that guilt consumes you, drowns you, and without even realizing it, time has passed and you're back in your old ways. Until you know what I'm about to tell you, you'll continue to fall for this scam. So listen up. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you can't be high frequency all the time. One of the most misleading aspects of the spiritual community is its overemphasis on being high frequency or high vibrational. Ironically, it's this very fixation that often keeps people stuck in so-called lower states. Trying to be on a higher frequency all the time will cause you to be on a lower frequency. Frequency is simply the level of awareness. To be in a higher frequency isn't about feeling good or euphoric, although that is a side effect of having a higher level of awareness. To be in low frequency is to have low level of awareness. The lens through which you see reality is distorted and blurred by you. Frequencies are forever oscillating, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is the nature of the universe, so why do you think you can fight it? Frequencies aren't still. They're always moving, even if ever so slightly. The truth is, you falling back into your old frequency is completely normal. In fact, it's forever going to happen. As you know, you can't have high without the low and light without the dark. So why are you shocked you've fallen? Did you not rise first? This is the nature of the universe. The ancient alchemists refer to this as the law of rhythm. Everything flows in and out. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swings manifest in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. That's from the Kabbalion. All things rise and fall. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Falling back into your old ways is part of the universe. The issue is you're trying to fight a tide and you can't. Being frustrated with falling back into your old patterns is like being upset that night turns to day. You're striving for something that doesn't exist and it isn't attainable. Once again, you're being set up. Once you recognize that falling back into your old frequency is simply a part of the ebbs and flows of the universe, you'll be in a position to actually transmute it. You're not going to be disappointed every time you have a slip in frequency because it's normal. You can't rise without a drop. You can't have higher without a lower. The first step to getting back into your new frequency is freeing yourself from the frustration and guilt. Frustration and guilt bind you to your old frequency. They are a poisonous glue that destroys you. The more you resist, the more they persist. Did I not just fucking tell you that I was resisting some emotions and those emotions were just staying there? While you're wallowing in self-pity, guilt, and frustration, those emotions blind you and make you forget that you rose to begin with. You couldn't have fallen back into your old frequency if you hadn't risen out of it, which means you can do it again. The revelation can give you the confidence and empowerment to disrupt the negative emotions that are currently clouding you. I just feel like I needed to hear that. Because that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. I literally feel like I feel as though a piece of me, because you have to watch the way you say things, I feel as though a piece of me is back in this flow in my life that I used to be in my old reality. And I don't like it and I'm uncomfortable here and I don't want to be here because it doesn't feel good. You know, today I had this thought. I was doing Pilates this morning outside and it was really hot, but I really wanted to be outside and work out. Pilates, if you know anything about Pilates is like, it's hard. It's a very tough workout. It's like micro movements and you're like hitting muscles in your body that you have never, that you don't even know are so weak. And you're doing like, sometimes it's just like the smallest movement. It's just like taking a squat, but then putting your arms up and then doing that like 10 times. And then you're like, whoa. You know, and it's just the most, sometimes it's just the most simple things. And it's like, it sometimes hurts and sometimes it's a struggle and sometimes you're out of breath. You know, that's how it feels when you're doing Pilates. It's like you're uncomfortable, you're in pain, you're in this weird position that you've never been in before and it's kind of awkward. You know, you're doing that for 20, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. And then it's over. And you don't feel any pain, you don't feel any discomfort anymore, and it's like you feel energetic, you feel good because you worked out a part of your body that you didn't even know needed to be strengthened. You know, then you feel good, you feel happy, you feel euphoric, you feel energetic, and it's like, I feel like that's a real metaphor for life because in the moment when you are working out, when you are doing yoga, weight training, when you are running, whenever you're doing these things, you're doing it and you literally in the moment feel like, oh my God, I want this to end. I hate this. I don't like it. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. I'm sweating, whatever. And 30 minutes later, you're done and it's over. You don't feel that way anymore. You're like, wow, I'm glad that I did that. And I feel like that's such a metaphor for life, you know? Sometimes we are in really uncomfortable spots in our life and you so desperately don't want to be there anymore. You are automatically labeling this discomfort as a bad thing. Ooh, yeah, that one was it. That was it right there. You're automatically labeling this discomfort as a bad thing because it's discomfort is, you know, there's no positive notion of discomfort. You know what I mean? Like when you think of discomfort, you think negatively about it, usually. So because you're doing this new thing, because you're doing something you don't really like, because you're doing something whatever, but you don't realize that like sometimes those, we can assign that these uncomfortable things, these things that we don't particularly desire to do, these undesirable things that happen in our lives, these uncomfortable feelings and undesirable feelings that we have, whatever, we can label those to actually be a good thing and part of our growth because that's what it all is. It's all a part of our growth. See them for what they are. Just feel them. Just feel them. And let them pass. And let it pass. I feel like if there's anything that yoga teaches you, it's that right there. It's like being in an uncomfortable position for 30 seconds while trying to find stillness and comfort in it. And then it's done and it's over. I feel like if there's anything that yoga has taught me, it's that. But just reading this, just kind of like, you know, because like I said earlier in the video, I am feeling this discomfort, this irritation, this frustration. I'm feeling that right now in my life. And I don't want to, and I am trying. I'm sitting here thinking and ruminating about this feeling, these thoughts. And it's like, okay, but you have control over your thoughts. Okay, but you can stop yourself. Why do you keep doing it to yourself? Why do you keep digging into that feeling that doesn't feel good? You know what I mean? Like, why do you keep going there then if it's not what you want? I don't believe that I don't have control over my life in some shape or form. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may not be able to move the chess pieces, but at the end of the game, I'm going to win. Period. You know what I mean? I don't get to know the how, but I get to know that the outcome is what I want. I know that. So, and that is why I think that I just slipped into my old frequency, and it overcame me very powerfully because I'll tell you what, it triggered something in me that I have not healed yet. It triggered something that I have not healed yet, and I am going to be honest with you. I don't have many people to talk to but myself. And this is exactly how I talk to myself. Yeah, something happened. I don't know what it was exactly. Something happened in my life that triggered me. And it triggered a wound in me that I am not fully healed with. And then that wound started to bleed, and it just started to bleed profusely. And I just let it. And I just like kept digging in it. And I didn't. You know, and I feel like I did try. I feel like I did try to center myself, calm myself, ask myself, why do I feel like this? What's going on? I feel like I did try. I also feel like I am not having much. I don't know. I feel like I did try, but I feel like like I say, I feel like I could have done better, but maybe it's just see the feelings for what they are and understand that the feelings that you feel are not you, Sasha. The feelings that you're feeling are not you. They are just what you're feeling. They are not you. Sasha is not frustrated. Sasha is not irritated, angry, hateful. Like, she is not cold, distant. She is not that. I feel like I'm about to cry right now. Hold on. She is not that. She is just feeling those things. And that is why we need to have grace with ourselves. Shake it off. Shake it off. It's okay to experience those emotions, but it's how you approach them. It's what you do with them. It's how you react to them. It's how you treat the people around you while you're in it. So what do I do now then? I think I need to just maybe sit with myself. Maybe I need to meditate and just sit and let it go. Maybe. I just like said all that stuff and I read that excerpt and I feel kind of better. I feel kind of better. And I'm not going to think too much about it. Because now I'm thinking, why do I feel better? But that's really how it be. Anyways, love you. Have a good night, and I'll call you tomorrow. Bye.